My name is Kevin Simpson. My company is CPA of Web Books, LLC, and we started doing tax returns and bookkeeping and payroll back in 2004. All of our focus has always been on web-based solutions, and it's paid off significantly. We've been able to differentiate ourselves from other accounting firms. We've been able to set pricing structures totally different than how other firms do it. Back in 2010, we were using Drake as our tax software. Prior to that, we were using Creative Solutions, UltraTax. I had used that for probably 6-7 years, actually more like 8. And the reason we switched from UltraTax was the cost, and also just the ability to run on terminal server, and the ability to do remote work, where I had a tax preparer working from his own house, and I would work from my house or my office. I'd have a bookkeeper, perhaps. I would be doing some of the pieces of it. I had to have a terminal server-based environment to make that happen. Drake was a cheaper option, so I tried that. Worked out okay, but I was really just hungry for a web-based solution like QuickBooks Online that could do the tax piece. And so went into it, began that process. I knew right away it would be the direction I'd be going. So 2009 was the first year out. I held back a little bit, didn't know if it would be able to accommodate everything I needed yet. But by 2010, I didn't use it for the whole year, but that summer for my extended tax returns, I did test out Intuit Tax Online. And I knew right away that this was going to take a little bit of work to get into it, but I was more than willing to try it out. And the more returns I did, the more I liked it. Using cloud-based tax software has opened up lots of opportunities for us. The flexibility side for tax prep has been fantastic. We've been able to do away with the terminal server issue. It was an expensive piece of hardware. It took a lot of my time to maintain. The security probably wasn't up to par, and it became a liability for me. So moving to the web-based ITO freed me up from the technology side completely. It's saving me money in the process, and I'm able to pull in perhaps even a third or a fourth CPA or enrolled agent to help me with the tax prep side. No problem. Easy to do. Tax professionals need to focus on the tax piece, the bookkeeping piece that leads to it. They need to focus on faster, simpler ways of getting data from their clients, and they need to stop dealing with backing up of data, securing of data, transferring of data, through old channels. They need to stop worrying about, is their software up to date? Is everything secure? They need to stop worrying about whether they can access it when they're on the road for several days or even several weeks. They need to just set all that aside, focus on building the business. The IT part is a non-issue. It really should be a non-issue. Get yourself a simple laptop, a basic desktop, and just work with a browser. Don't worry about anything else. Maybe get yourself a scanner that just plugs right in. You're all set. You can run a paperless office, with a $300 scanner and a basic desktop that you can just throw away when it breaks and get a new one. Transitioning to ITO is a fast process. There's import tools available, so I was able to take Drake tax files, import them straight into ITO. The learning curve was really very small. In the first few tax returns, I learned everything I needed to know, and tax prep time quickly dwindled, and perhaps even is faster now than it's ever been. Being able to log into a phone and see e-file status is a significant thing. A lot of times clients call us for that. Where's my tax return, or where's my tax refund? Well, let me check. And I can at least see that everything went through. Was it accepted or rejected? Sooner you know that, the better. The reason I looked at Intuit Tax Online was back in 2009 was a need for a web-based solution. My business is going that direction. The practice really requires it at this point, and there is no better option out there. If I was able to start a new business, way back when, with Intuit Tax Online as an option. It would have been much easier for me. I wouldn't have had to come up with as much capital investment. Tax preparers oftentimes already have the knowledge. They even have the clients. So it's just a matter of adding the hardware and the software piece, and you've got a business. So Intuit Tax Online makes it simple by keeping the startup costs very low. I can build up, my client base and have the software grow with me, and the costs more or less slide with the growth, which is right. It's the proper way to do it.